Okay, welcome. If you have a block, definitely have that handy. If you don't have a block, you can always use a little pile of books. That would work just fine. If you have nothing, that's okay. We'll make that work as well. All right, let's get started. Just find your comfortable seat. And begin to allow the eyes to start to close. They can close completely or just find a soft gaze towards the floor. And just begin to arrive a little more fully. So as you come into the present moment, just start to feel the legs and hips connect to the earth. And start to feel the gentle flow of your breath. And just take a moment to check in, to see where things are at. How are you feeling in this moment? Checking in with all the bodies, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Not really looking for anything, just taking a moment to just be and witness, to see what surfaces, what's talking to you. Allow the breath to anchor you into the here and now. So if some body, physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual, is trying to pull you out of the present moment, just take a moment to acknowledge it, become aware of it, and then reside back to the awareness of your breath. Begin to welcome a fuller inhale, expanding the belly wide and bright. Slower, softer exhale, letting belly button melt back towards. And stay with that breath. Picking up some space as you inhale. And finding a little letting go as you exhale. Notice if there's gripping. Let that breath continue to be full and complete. But as you exhale, see what you can let go of. Take a moment to imagine some roots growing out of your bottom half of the body, so whatever's connected to the earth. And imagine those roots growing through your floor, through the foundation of your building, and down deep into each layer of the earth. And as the roots continue to grow, being pulled towards the center of the earth, you can feel your body connecting, stronger, more supported, more stable, more grounded. And eventually those roots start to wrap around the center of the earth. And as you inhale, you might pull some of that earth energy up the roots, like you'd be pulling water up. Just let that earth energy, red energy, be pulled up through the spine, moving all the way up to the crown of the head. And then exhale, you see that earth energy moving down the spine, all the way down towards the center of the earth, grounding you into the here and now, really strong and stable. Just allow another breath or two like that. Your next breath in, breathe that energy up the spine and allow it to take the arms all the way up like branches. Reach the fingertips to the sky. And exhale, cactus arms, squeeze shoulder blades together, feel the connection of the earth with the legs. Feel the energy move out the fingertips. Another breath here. And then inhale, reach those fingertips up. And as you exhale, just let the arms float down by your side. Breathing in, lengthen the spine. Breathing out, just releasing. Try to look over the right shoulder. Take a nice big breath in, big breath out. Begin to tuck the chin, looking towards the right elbow. Another big inhale, big exhale. Inhale, lift the chin, and just exhale, bring it back through center. Your next breath in, look over the right shoulder, or the left shoulder rather. As you're ready, tuck the chin, look down towards the elbow. Another full breath. And inhale, lift the chin, exhale, bring the head back through center. Let the arms be heavy as you roll the shoulders up, back, and down. We'll do the same thing in the opposite direction. Take those shoulders back, reach them up. And then as you melt them down, tuck the chin, let the shoulder blades spread and broaden. Next breath in, lift the chin, lift the heart, take those shoulders up to the ears, squeeze shoulder blades together behind you, melt them down, the length of the spine. Reach both arms up with a big breath in. Exhale, hands to the heart. Take a moment to acknowledge what it is you'd like to cultivate in your practice today. Perhaps setting an intention, a dedication, affirmation, whatever speaks to you. And breathe it in and out. On the next breath in, reach the fingertips to the sky. Exhale, left hand to right knee, right hand to the floor behind you. Look back with a straight spine, like you're looking over the shoulder, but keep shoulders relaxed down, away from the ears. Another breath. Big inhale, sweep the arms back through center, keep the core lifted and engaged. And then exhale, we take it to the other side. We'll look over the back shoulder, take an extra breath. A few more, swinging through, mindfully. Inhale, lift through center. Exhale, take it down. We will look back, one extra breath. And then next inhale, come back up through center and take it. One more each side, sweep the arms up. Big breath in center, and then exhale, take it down. This time we'll stay here for an extra breath or two. Find length as you inhale, depth as you exhale. Really tune into the spiral in the spine. Next breath in, come back up through center. And exhale, take it down to the other side. Big inhale, length, exhale, depth. Shoulders relax down, jaw soft. One more inhale, one more exhale. And then inhale, come back up through center, sweep the arms up. And as you exhale, we're going to take the hands down in front, roll the shoulders back, find length in the torso. So it's almost going to feel like you're sticking your bum out a little bit, find a little bit of an arch. And then either stay there if that feels good or start to walk the hands forward. And go in slowly, or not in a rush. So pause, take a few breaths. And then you might melt in deeper if that feels right for you. You might tuck the chin a little bit to get into the back of the neck. Allowing another big breath in and out. You need to root your hands down. Low tummy pulls in, find lengthen the torso as you start to press the earth away. When you arrive, roll the shoulders back and down. And then take a nice cleansing breath. Big inhale. Big exhale. And lean back, switch the cross of the legs. So opposite leg is in front or on top. Check things out, see how this feels. When you arrive, take the hands out to the side, fingertips graze the earth. We'll sweep the left arm up, big breath in. And then reach it on over. Not as far as you can possibly go. Just find length from hip to armpit to fingertip. Bottom shoulder drops down, top shoulder rolls open. And look past the elbow to open up a little bit more. And then just move the head to look down towards the ground again. One more, look up. And this time you might take the hand to the back of the head and really find a little deeper stretch, reaching elbow to the ceiling. And then inhale, float the fingertips up, and exhale, release the hand all the way down. Big inhale. Big exhale. Right arm floats up. Reach it on over, start to crawl those fingertips over. Check in with the shoulders, open the heart, look past the elbow, get a little movement in the look down towards the ground again. And then back up towards the elbow, open up a little bit more. Bend the elbow, take the hand to the back of the head. Really reach up and out that elbow. Open up the armpit. And then on your next breath in, sweep the arms up, or the arm, and then release it down. Recenter, reconnect, feel the legs melt to the earth. Big breath in, sweep it up. Exhale, hands down in front, roll the shoulders, and lengthen the spine. Maybe tailbone pokes out a little bit behind you as you start to melt it forward. Take a few good breaths here. Begin to root your hands to the floor. Low tummy pulls in, slowly lift yourself up. Bring yourself back through center and roll the shoulders when you arrive. If you're sitting on a blanket or a pillow, you might move it out of the way. And then just bring your knees together, feet to the floor. You take the hands underneath the thighs, roll the shoulders back. Really lift the heart like there's a string pulling it up. And lean back. Good. You can stay just like this or come up on your tippy toes, lean back a little more, but keep that heart lifted so you're staying out of the low back. And of course, you've got lots of options here. One leg might lift, the other leg might lift, flex your feet. Keep that heart lifted. So if you start rounding into the low back, maybe come out of the posture a little bit, maybe hands come out to the side. Maybe you straighten your legs, maybe you lower down a little more. Lots of options. So wherever you are, breathe. You might move in and out a little bit if that feels. Keep that heart lifted. Smile. Another breath. And wherever maybe take the arms all the way up. A little different experience. Take the arms out to the side. And then back up. And then hands down, grab your thighs, release the feet if they're not already there. Sit up nice and tall, squeeze shoulder blades together, take a big breath in and out. Go ahead and straighten out your right leg. We're gonna let the left knee drop down. So the sole of the foot's to the inner ankle or inner thigh rather, or inner calf, somewhere along that leg. Pull that right hip back. So I'm kind of going sideways just so you can see what I'm doing. But your hips should be squared towards that right foot. Lengthen the torso, hands can start behind you, sit up nice and tall, pelvis rolls forward. Stay there or take the hands forward and just try to reach the heart towards the toes. Again, lengthen the spine. Then you might tuck the chin, open up the back of the neck a little, even a little sway from side to side if that feels good. Then walk the hands forward a little bit more. Take another 3 deep, full breaths. Big inhale, big exhale. Let yourself melt into the shape. Breathing down through the hands, low tummy pulls in. So really engage that core and let the heart reach for the toes. And then lift up, using your core strength to lift you up, not your back body so much. And then roll the shoulders when you arrive. Let's go ahead and send that right leg out to the side, any amount. We're going to take the left hand diagonally behind, right arm sweeps up. Press the hips forward, root down through that right foot and the shin of the left leg. Reach the fingertips to the ceiling or to the wall behind you. Press hips forward, heart opens, maybe the chin releases a little bit to open the neck. One more breath. And then very mindfully rotate back around, placing the left hip to the floor, coming back through center. When you arrive in center, let the right hand come to the leg, left arm sweeps out, and we're just going to sweep up and over. Any amount works. A nice full breath in, full breath out. Inhale, reach the fingertips up. Exhale, flip that arm down. Go ahead and take the hands behind you. Bring those feet to the floor again. Take the hands behind the thighs if that feels right. Roll the shoulders, lift the heart. Take a breath here. Let's actually all bring our hands to heart center. You're going to lean back a bit until you feel that core turn on to keep the heart lifted. So we have some options. You can come to tippy toes. And you're going to take the knees wide. Well, I'll start with tippy toes for starters. Take the knees wide and reach the arms forward. It's kind of like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm spacing out on the name. Charlie's Angels. And then bring the knees together, bring your hands back and lean back a little more. Reach them forward, lift up tall, and then lean back a little more with the knees together. So your leaning back is not a rounded spine. Keep the heart lifted. So you can continue just like that. Or if you'd like, you can do it with the legs lifted. So knees together, arms reach forward. And then legs straighten, lean back. Reach the fingertips towards the toes. And then take it wide. Good. Let's just do one more. Whichever version works for you. And then release your feet to the floor, hands under the thighs, sit up tall, roll the shoulders back. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Stretch the legs long. We'll take the left leg, bend it, place the sole of the foot to the inner thigh, excuse me. And then pull that left hip back so your hips are squared towards the left toes. Flex the foot. Hands might go behind you, lift the heart. You might choose to stay there, you might take the hands forward. Remember, you're not going in as deep as possible. Just go where you feel some sensation, breathe, find length and integrity in the shape. And then your breath might take you in a little deeper. Stay with your breath. Be with the experience in the body. Moving down, low tummy pulls in, start to pull the heart towards the toes. Use your core to lift you up. Get all the way up, arrive, roll shoulders back. Then we'll take that straight leg out to the side, any amount. Right hand to the floor, left arm sweeps up and press the hips forward. Reach the fingertips either to the ceiling or the wall behind you. Really open the heart, maybe the neck. Breathe, open the hips. Big breath in and out. And slowly melt that right hip down. Spiral back around through center. And just let that left hand rest on the leg, right arm behind you. Sweep it up and over. Only go to the place that feels right for you. Nice full breath. Inhale, reach it all the way up. Exhale, float that one down. Just take the hands behind, squeeze shoulder blades together, bend both knees. Just find a little windshield wiper. Awesome. Now we'll take it around to tabletop. Of course, feel free to pad your knees if you want to. Spread the fingers really wide. Make sure there's space between the knees and the elbows have a little bend. Find your drishti. Let's just move through a little cat-cow. Inhale, opening up the front body. Exhale, rounding out the back body. Let's move through your rhythm, whatever feels good to you. So make it yours, even if it doesn't look like a traditional cat-cow, it's fine. What does your body crave here? Only you know. You can move in any way that feels right. One suggestion is as you exhale and round the spine, pull the hips back towards the heels. Plug your elbows into the floor, scoop the heart forward. So finding more of a circular motion with your cat-cow. Make sure those elbows stay underneath the shoulders and don't jet out to the sides. And just make one more round, however you choose. And then we find a stable tabletop. Pull the low tummy in, shoulders out of the ears. Take those shoulders back, press up behind the heart. Really focus on keeping the core engaged so there's no wobbling. If you had a tray of crystal on your back, nothing would fall off. So nice and stable, extend your right leg and maybe the left arm. Keep everything sturdy. Remembering core is not just the front belly, it's the sides and the back. Slowly lower down, nice and stable. No wobbling, don't drop the crystal. Left leg, right arm, use your drishti. And mindfully release. Keep going, nice and slow. Just follow your own rhythm, your own breath. I'll let you know when to stop. There should be mindful. There should be no wobbling, no movement, or as little as possible. Let's do one more each side. Next time your right leg is behind you and your left arm is lifted, or you can keep the left arm on the floor, that's fine. We're going to bend the knee and the elbow to the outside. Squeeze and lift. Extend. Release. Tabletop. Left leg, right arm. Squeeze the elbow and the knee to the outside. Keep it there, breathe, extend, and release. Let's take the knees a little wider and press back into child's pose. Just take a few breaths, melting. Take a nice full inhale, full exhale. Inhale, make your way back into tabletop. Bring those knees underneath the hips, shoulders out of the ears, find your stability. Extend the right leg behind you. Maybe the left hand stays where it is, maybe it crawls forward, maybe it lifts up, and maybe that right leg lifts up as well. Work to pull the low tummy in. And then as you exhale, bring the knee towards the nose. If the arm is lifted, bring the elbow in. Don't just touch, really squeeze in and up. So pull the tummy in and up, and then inhale, extend. 2 more like that, not just a touch, but squeeze in and up. Inhale, extend. 1 more. Inhale, extend. And then after you're done, just release your limbs. Shake it out a little. Maybe it's cat-cow. Maybe it's full barrel rolls. And then come back through center. Extend the left leg behind you, toes to the ground or lift it. Right arm either extends or stays where it is. Tummy pulls in. Knee to elbow, pull in and up. Inhale, extend. Again, pull it in and up. Inhale, extend. And last one, in and up. And extend. And then gently release your limbs to the floor. Little cat-cow, barrel rolls, whatever you'd like. Let's take the hands forward a little bit. And come down onto forearms. Once you're there, we move through a little bit of cat-cow here. So shoulders back, heart shines forward. Try to pull the tummy in instead of letting it drop down completely. It's just a little arch in the back. And then round the spine, tuck the chin. 1 more like that. Round it out. Come through center, find neutral, reach down through the forearms. You can stay here or you can curl the toes and step it back to find forearm plank. Press through the forearms. Another breath here. And then lower the knees, lower the belly, roll the shoulders back. Sphinx. Pull the floor towards you, shoulders out of the ears. Nice full breath in and out. Good. 1 more breath. Notice what happens when you pull the low tummy in. Tailbone reaches to the back wall. And pulling the floor towards you, heart lifts, shoulders out of ears. And very slowly and mindfully let the elbows release down, or out rather, so you can bring yourself down to the floor. Rest on one cheek, take a nice good breath in and out. Okay. Go ahead and bring yourself back through center. Take the hands by your chest, elbows in by your sides. Curl the toes, don't think about it, and press up into plank. Keep squeezing into plank. Don't just be there, squeeze the thighs together, pull the tummy in, press the earth away.
Another breath. And then go ahead and send the hips up and back. Find your way to downward facing dog. Walk it out a little bit. Extend the left leg behind you, hips square. Bring the knee to the nose, pull that tummy in and up. Step it back. This time bring knee to nose in and up. And then step that foot forward between the hands. A little more work without all the momentum. Once you find your way into your low lunge, take a breath there. Really root down through the feet. We're going to find some core lift up into the fingertips. Squeeze thighs together, finding your glutes. Another breath. And then using that core to lift your torso up to float the hands. And then maybe the hands go back. Keep the low tummy pulling in. Lots of leg here, but there's definitely some core action. Another breath. Release the hands to the floor. Bend the back leg, step it forward, forward, hold. Let the knees have a little bend. Engage your glutes, come up halfway, straight spine. And forward fold. Reverse swan dive, take it all the way up. Hands to the heart. Take a nice full breath in, full breath out. Ground through the right leg, like we did in the beginning, find roots. Let those roots grow to the center of the earth and then pull that earth energy up the right leg, all the way up to the heart. Let the left leg float up, find a little balance. Flex the left foot, another breath. Straighten out that left leg without leaning back. Maybe lift the foot a little more. And then mindfully release that leg down. Big inhale, sweep the arms to the sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Root down through the hands, step back with the right leg, low lunge, left leg forward still. We're going to ground the hands to the earth, bring the left knee into the chest. So we're going to float that left foot, bring it in and up. Hold it. Press the hips back, three-legged dog. Left knee, left elbow, squeeze. Send it back. Left knee, right elbow, squeeze. Send it back. Release the foot to the floor, bend the knees, send the hips further back. Another breath. Shoot forward into plank. Go to vinyasa if you want it. You can press back into down dog if you'd like, or even pit stop in child's pose if that feels best to you today. Making your way back into your downward facing dog. Extend the right leg behind you. Bring the knee to the nose. Squeeze and hold. That's where the real work is. Release that leg behind you, three-legged dog. Take it forward, knee to nose, pull in and up. And then step that right foot forward, low lunge. Get yourself stable here. Root down through the legs. Lift up onto your fingertips, maybe. Maybe ground down through the legs. Lift up a little more to float the hands. Maybe those arms go back. If you can pull the tummy up and away from the thigh. Mindfully release the hands to the floor. Step that left foot forward, forward fold. Let the chin tuck, hang out in your forward fold, ground through the feet. Breathe. Inhale, come up halfway, straight spine. Exhale, forward fold. Reverse swan dive, remember to bend those knees. Reach it all the way up. And still hurt. Nice full breath in and out. As you inhale, reaching the arms to the sky, ground down through the left leg. Right leg lifts, you might bring hands to the heart, find your drishti. Either stay there or begin to straighten out that right leg. Let it lift. Another breath. Mindfully release that leg down. Inhale, sweep the arms up, lift, clasp the fingers, reach up and over to whichever side. We'll do both. Inhale, back up. Exhale, other side. Inhale, back up. Exhale, we swan dive, forward fold. Hands ground down. Left leg steps back. We root down through the hands. I'm going to bring that right knee into the chest, float the right foot so the heel goes towards the right glute or thigh. Another breath here. Send the right leg all the way back, three-legged dog. Little touch, right knee, right elbow. Hold it, squeeze. Send it back. Right knee, left elbow, squeeze. Send it back. Release the foot to the floor. Bend the knees, send the hips far back behind you. Big breath in and out. Shoot the heart forward into plank. Move through your vinyasa if you choose to. We'll all press back either into down dog or child's pose. Whatever will serve you for 4 breaths. Take a nice full breath in and out. Okay. Making your way back into downward facing dog. Extend the left leg behind you. Step that leg all the way forward. Up it forward if it needs it. And walk the hands forward a little bit. Ground through that left leg. Right leg, instead of pushing off, really ground through the left leg and float the right leg up. Let the heart melt towards the left thigh. Let the head melt towards the left knee. Square the hips. Take another breath. Start to engage a little bit more up in the core and maybe pop up onto fingertips. Either stay there or maybe pop up into your warrior 3. Or if you have blocks, pop up into your blocks. One more breath. If you're up in warrior 3, we're going to mindfully release the hands down to the ground. We'll all walk the hands back closer to the left foot. Right leg's going to reach all the way back into the low lunge. Back heel drops down. Warrior 2 legs. Squeeze thighs together. Let's float the right arm forward. And then really squeeze thighs together. Use your core, lift yourself all the way up. Warrior 2. Settle in here. Take a nice full breath in. Full breath up. Forearm to thigh, left palm up. Take that right arm, sweep it up and over the right ear. Take that shoulder and roll it open. So notice when you're here, are you collapsing? You squeeze thighs together, not lean into the thighs so much. Use your core to lift you up. Another breath. Again, find that core strength in the legs. We're going to float up. Warrior two. Back hand to back thigh. Take it up. Reverse. Mindful movements. Takes a lot of core here. We're going to rotate back to our side angle. So it might not seem like there's core going on, but go ahead and pull the core in. Engage your whole torso. Come back to warrior two and find your reverse. And maybe notice the difference. Beautiful. Let's cartwheel all the way down, back heel lifts. Step it all the way back, downward facing dog. Vinyasa, no vinyasa, you do you. As you find your way into down dog, come forward into plank. Take the feet a little bit wider, so not quite as wide as your mat, but a little wider than normal maybe. So you're in plank. And we're just going to roll the heels over to the left. You might come up onto the right fingertips. And then roll the heels over to the right. You might come up on left fingertips. Roll the heels over to the left. You might come up on fingertips, or you might lift the arm a little bit. Heels over to the right. Left arm might lift a little. And one more time, heels over to the left. Right arm might lift all the way up. And heels over to the right. Left arm might lift all the way up. Come back through center. Knees wide, toes together, press back, child's pose. Take another big breath in and out. You might roll the wrists. Make your way back up, downward facing dog. When you arrive in your down dog, take that right leg behind you. Step it all the way forward. Help it forward if it needs. Back heel drops down behind you. Oh, no, keep that back heel up. My bad. Walk the hands forward a little bit. Really ground into that right leg and start to float the left leg up, kind of standing L. Start to drop the head and the heart towards the right leg. Keep the hips square. And then start to lift up and out of core to come up onto fingertips. And then maybe up and out to warrior three. And maybe not. That's okay too. Be where you are. Breathe. Mindfully release the hands to the floor. Step that left leg all the way back. Low lunge. Back heel drops down behind you, so the foot's parallel to the back edge of the mat. Instead of floating yourself all the way up, let's really build from the ground up. Feet, thighs, glutes. Left arm starts to reach forward. Use your core to lift. And the legs, of course. Find your warrior two. Settle in here. Good. Nice full breath. Take the forearm to the thigh. Left arm swoops up and over the ear. Roll the shoulder forward, or roll the shoulder back. Check in. Ground up, really stabilize the legs. Pull the thighs together. Find some core strength so you're not leaning into that leg so much. And then make your way into your reverse. Go slow so you can notice the habits and patterns that you're doing in the body so that maybe you can create some change. You release the arms. Really find your core to lower you down strong and stable. Side angle. One more. Squeeze and lift. Through your warrior two reverse. And side angle. Go ahead and make your way into warrior two. And cartwheel down. Step it all the way back. Vinyasa or no vinyasa. Eventually we'll all meet in downward facing dog for a good 4 breaths. When you get into down dog, bend your knees, send the hips further back. Pull the tummy in. It often wants to release there. Can you pull it in and up? Another breath. Inhale forward into plank. Feel free to keep those knees lifted or lower them down, keeping them behind the hips. We're going to squeeze everything. So squeeze your glutes, your thighs, your core, and start to lower down to forearms. So hips are lifted. Knees can be on the floor, but keep them behind the hips. Another breath. Again, really taking shape in the body. Pull the core in, thighs together, and make your way up. High plank. Press the hips back. Down dog. Let's take 2 or 3 breaths here. You can also take it in child's pose. Good. Making your way into down dog if you're not there already. Left leg extends behind. Bring that knee forward. Bring the knee to the nose. Pull in and up. You pull up so much that you can pull that left foot forward between the hands for low lunge. As you arrive, root down. Let's let that back heel drop down again. Left hip tucks under. Right arm's going to reach forward. Don't rush to lift. Really squeeze thighs together. Find your core. Use your core to lift you up. And warrior two. Nice full breath here. So you might want to look around and make sure you have your block somewhere near your front foot. If you need to come out of your posture to do that, then do that safely, please. Once you arrive, settle in. Straighten out the front leg. Reach it forward. Go until you can't reach anymore. And then pivot for your triangle. You can use the block or not here. Not necessarily a fan of the block always, because sometimes going down that far isn't right for you. So can you come up a little bit and find that core strength to give you length instead of just collapsing into the block? Another breath. Maybe look up past the fingertips. Maybe look down. Begin to bend that left knee. If you haven't grabbed your block already, grab hold of it. We're going to float the right leg up for half moon. Flex the foot. Pinky edge of the foot reaches towards the ceiling. Lift the leg a little more, keeping it parallel to the floor. Now, of course, this could make you fall, so be mindful, but if you look back, you should see your toes. If you don't see your toes, that foot's too far back behind you, you should bring it forward. Take another breath. Awesome. Very mindfully, right hand comes down, right hip squares to the floor. Let's release the right foot, bend the knees, rest the belly on the thighs, tuck the chin. Angle. Find roots in the feet. Squeezing glutes and thighs and rolling up slowly. Release hands. And roll the shoulders. And take up some space. Let the eyes stay closed, stay connected. Wherever you are, just be there fully. Feel what you feel. Let that breath ground you. Feel the roots coming out of the feet, pulling towards the center of the earth. Feel the air on your skin. Inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, take the hands to the low back, clasp the hands, reach elbows and shoulders together, open the heart. Either stay here or ground through the feet. Start to take the hips back or chair modification or variation. Reach those knuckles behind you, open the heart, but don't let the belly fall forward. Keep it engaged. Hands to press down, release the arms, lift up. And exhale right through center, forward, fold. Take a few breaths here. You have to root through your hands. Make your way back a few steps into down dog. Clear the palate with the vinyasa if you'd like, or maybe with a child's pose. Wherever you are, breathe. You might see me really sweaty. It's like 100 degrees in this room. And we're moving a lot. Let's take a nice big breath in and out. Use that long, slow exhale to slow things down. When you feel ready, make your way back into your downward facing dog. As you arrive, the right leg behind you. Pull the knee to the nose, in and up. And then step that right leg forward. Back heel drops down. Root down through the feet. Thighs pull together. Left arm starts to reach forward. As you really find your core strength to lift you up. Moving slowly so you can notice what you're doing, what habits you've created in your body. These are all shapes we go into all the time in these classes. It's easy to pick up bad habits. Take another breath. Making sure you have that block nearby. Start to straighten out the front leg. Reach as far forward as you can. When you can't go anymore, start to pivot the arms. Right hand comes to the right leg. If you take it to the block and you're leaning forward and your heart is facing the floor, then that's too low. You should just bring your hand up a little higher. Take another breath. Maybe look up towards the ceiling. Maybe keep the eyes on the ground to stay rooted and connected to the earth. Begin to bend that right leg or reach the right arm forward for your block or a pile of books. Let the left pinky toe go up towards the ceiling. And keep those hips stacked. If this doesn't work for you, we'll meet you in a forward fold. Taking another breath here. Very mindfully, left hand starts to come towards the floor as the hips start to square. And we step that left leg forward to meet the right. Bend the knees a little bit. Release the head, maybe clasp the elbows. Take a moment in your forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, stay there. Reach the arms behind you. Pull the tummy in so you're nice and strong here. Bend the knees a little bit and sweep the arms up. Hands to the heart. Take a big breath in. And a breath out. We're going to root through the left foot. Lift the heel of the right leg. Strong left leg. Low belly pulls in. So I'm going to give you some options. You can stay with your foot on the ground. Clasp your hands, palms go forward and around your spine. Think about the knee reaching up towards the tummy. Or bring that knee up and then bring it all the way up towards the tummy. Take the hands around the knee. Pull the tummy in around the spine. Try to kiss your knee. Another breath. Stay rooted in that left leg. Keep the tummy pulling in to pull that knee up if it's up there. And then very mindfully, release it down. Hands to the heart. Just notice. Breathe. Sweep the arms up. Exhale, Swanda. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Reverse swan dive, take it all the way up. And to the heart. Let's see what worked on that side, see what works on this side. Ground through your right leg, lift the left heel. Really find the roots on the right side, pull in and up. If you want to stack the hands, press the palms forward around the spine, go ahead. That works best for you. Otherwise, start to find your drishti. Lift that left knee. Just pause there to see what's happening. And then take the hands under the thigh or around the knee, whichever works for you. Pull the knee up. Start to round the spine. Use your core to bring the head a little closer to the knee. Keep squeezing everything. Another breath. Slowly start to lift the head and mindfully release the leg as mindfully as you can. And then just feel. Breathe. Deep. Release the arms, take up some space, roll the shoulders. Take the feet a little wider maybe. And just take a nice big breath in. And out. Let the toes point out, heels in. We'll inhale, stretch the arms up. We're going to come down into Malasana. So it depends on your body. Some bodies don't want to open the hips like that. So coming into a closed squat works well. That's what I used to do when my hips were really not happy with me. And it works strength. So squeezing in and up. But if you're comfortable with Malasana, let the feet go wide. Just come down to the point that you can. If this isn't right for you, you can always put a block underneath your sitting bones. Take a little pressure off, make the floor come up to you. So press the outer edges of the feet to the floor to lift the heart. And then let's all take the right hand out in front. Left arm reaches up, find length from fingertip to fingertip. Pull the tummy in to support the back. One more breath. Go ahead and bring your hands to your heart. Left hand to the floor. Maybe the right arm reaches up. Keep that tummy pulling in as you open up. And then go ahead and release. Come back through center. And very mindfully, plunk, take it all the way down. Take the legs forward. Sit up tall, find your Dandasana. Press down, flex the feet. Pull everything in and up. Nice full breath in, full breath out. Feel free to stay like this, or even take the hands behind you to open up the heart, come out of the low back a little, or start to hinge forward. And just let yourself melt inward. So if you tend to go pretty deep into this, you might put a block on your shins and rest your head on it. Wherever you are, try to find a little letting go. I'm going to suggest letting the palms face up. Use your breath to melt you inward a bit. Palms root down. Low tummy pulls in. Let that lift each vertebra up. Use the core to lift the vertebra up one at a time. And then roll the shoulders. Nice full breath in. Full breath out. Go ahead and take that block, place it between the thighs. Hands can reach forward. You can lift the legs if you'd like. Just be mindful that that works in your body. And lower down to the earth. So if your legs are lifted, you'll begin to straighten them a little more and lower everything down. Take your time. When you get there, enjoy it. Nice full breath in and out. If you tend to like a block between the knees for your twists, just leave it there. If not, then move it. Bring the knees into the chest, a little rock and roll from side to side. And then arms wide. Maybe you find cactus arms and see what that feels like today. And then slowly let the knees just drop over to the right. Find some letting go. Really tune into the long, slow exhale. Remembering that long, slow exhale gives the body permission to let go. It reminds the body it's safe. Doesn't need to be on guard. So encouraging the long, slow exhale to slow the breath, the heart, and to breathe in the peace. Taking another big breath in and out. And instead of coming out of this as fast as possible, I want you to root down both shoulders. Fire up your core. Let the core lift the knees up through center. And then find a little rock and roll. When you feel ready, just bring the knees into the chest. Slowly lower them down with some control. And then once they've landed to the floor to the left, take a nice releasing breath and let the body be supported here. Take a nice big breath in and out. First, bring your awareness to your core. Pull it in. Use that fire to bring the knees up through center. When you arrive, roll a little from side to side. If you have your block between your knees, go ahead and grab hold of it. We'll all grab our blocks. Place the feet to the floor. And gently lift the hips. Move that block underneath the sacrum. Get yourself comfortable there. Make sure the head stays neutral, looking straight up. There should be space between your chin and your chest. The hands rest by your side. Let the shoulders roll down, but they should still be relaxed, not squeezing together too much. Just take a big breath in and a big breath out. Feel free to stay just like this if it feels good, or we're going to extend the right leg long. Flex the foot. Let the heel come to the ground. Make sure that feels okay on your back. If it doesn't, then keep both knees bent. Really rooting down through the left leg. Use your core to move with the right leg. Slowly lift it up towards the ceiling. And then slowly lower it down. Nice and slow and controlled. The slower you go, the more you get out of it. If you'd like to do one more on that side, you can, or you can just hang out right here and breathe. When the heel hits the ground again, go ahead and bend next to the other. And notice what you notice. Take a big breath in and out. Left leg extends. Flex that left foot, heel to the ground, and make sure your back is not talking to you here, or your hips. Ground down through the right leg. Use your core to lift that leg up really slow. Slowly lifting it up, finding that strength in all the parts. And then once it's straight up, you can lower it down nice and slow. The slower you go, the more you get out of it. Try not to hold your breath. Again, if you want to do one more like that, feel free, or just keep the leg down. Nice full breath in and out. And we'll bend to both knees. So if it feels good to your body, you can extend both legs long with the heels to the floor. Just make sure that feels safe. Or bring the knees and let them hover above the hips. Or let the feet hover above the hips. Whatever works for you. Take a few breaths. Let go of what anything's supposed to look like and just let the feet dance. Let the face soften. Let the breath be easy. When you feel ready, if it's not now, you can do it in your own time. We're going to lower the feet, bring them to the earth. Press the hips up, move the block. As you lower down, make that intentional. So lower down right below the shoulder blades, and then lower down behind the ribs, then lower down the belly button, low back, hips, tailbone. And then take a nice big belly breath. Big exhale. Let your legs come long. Allow the feet to flop out, the arms to rest wide. And let's join together for one cleansing breath to just let the body know it's time to rest. Big inhale. Audible exhale. Bring your awareness to the soles of the feet. Just sensing the soles of the feet. And shifting the awareness to the tops of the feet. And then allowing the awareness to wash up the ankles, the shins and the calves, over the knees, around the thighs and the hips, around the torso, up through the shoulders, down the arms. Just feel the whole body, massive sensation. Send your awareness from the tips of the toes to the top of the head. And just feel the body as it rests, supported and held. Bringing awareness in, feeling the whole body as a massive sensation. Feeling the flow of the breath as it moves through you easily and naturally. And bringing some intention in, breathing in a little more fully, breathing out a little more completely. Sending the breath deep into the belly. Invite a little movement, slipping back into your human seat, wiggling fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. And finding a nice big stretch. And when you feel ready, roll yourself over to one side, unhurried. Use the bottom arm as a pillow for your head. The shoulders stack and the elbows stack and the knees stack. Nice big breath when you arrive. Acknowledge what is within you right now.
And then bring it with you as you make your way upright to a seat with eyes either closed or soft and full. And connected to whatever you've cultivated from your practice today. And you lengthen the torso. Taking a nice full breath. And feeling the connection with the legs and the hips to the earth. Bringing the palms together in front of the heart. And unite as one with a cleansing breath. Please join me. Big inhale. Releasing, letting go, exhale. We bow down. That beautiful place that lives within each and every one of us. Namaste.